Siema, z tej strony Polski Gracz. Widzimy się po raz pierwszy w nowej grze na tym kanale. Nowej grze, czyli w The Lord of the Rings War in the North, czyli grze jakby z uniwersum Hobbita i Władcy Pierścienia. Więc będzie ciekawie. Zaczniemy sobie oczywiście od nowa kampanię i dobre pytanie, kim na początku. Czy Farinem, czyli obrońcą z Ereboru, krasnoludem, czy Andriel, strażniczką wiedzy z Rivendell, czyli jakąś taką magiczką, czy Eradanem, czyli strażnikiem Dundenite, czyli elfem. I myślę, że możemy spróbować na starcie zagrać elfem. Zobaczmy sobie. Mam nadzieję, że kampania będzie ciekawa.
Many songs have been sung and many tales told. The names of heroes like Gandalf the Grey, Aragorn the King, and Frodo the Ring-Bearer are greatly revered, and rightly so. Yet Sauron's grasp stretched much further than the lands of Gondor and Rohan alone, and his forces might have done great evil in the north of Middle-earth, had a handful of heroes not stood in his path.
Trójka wielkich bohaterów.
Deserve to be told. Pay heed now to one such tale, which begins here in the town of Bree, just a few short days before Frodo arrived on his quest.
Aragorn. Eredon. Well met. And in company with Andriel of Rivendell and Farin of Erebor. An unlikely trio to find walking through the doors of the Prancing Pony. You were at Sarn Ford last I knew. Do you bear news from Halbarad?
Yes. Grim news.
I feared it would be so. Quickly, tell me what has happened, but keep your voices low. There are unfriendly ears, even here in Bree.
3 days passed. The guard at Sarn Ford was attacked by 9 Black Riders.
Stand fast, Rangers!
We were overwhelmed, and the enemy passed into the Shire.
This is worse than I imagined. I know these riders. It is from Mordor they come. Our folk could not hope to stand against the 9 together. How bad were our losses?
Very bad. We tried to resist them, but they were surrounded by an aura of unnatural dread.
There is more you should know. After the rout, one of the Black Riders met with an ally, a man of great malice and power.
Ooh la la!
As our master commanded, I have stirred up the orcs of the mountains. Even now I have a force gathering amid the ruins of Old Fornost.
Return at once and prepare your forces. We will have need of them soon.
My orcs will be ready. These lands have known peace for too long. They will soon feel the Dark Lord's wrath.
If this Agandaur has a force at Fornost, then our position grows all the more desperate.
But why all this force against the peaceful halflings? It can't be the enemy sees them as a threat.
I will say this much. There is a hobbit of the Shire who should be coming this way with a great burden. If it falls into the hands of the enemy, it will mean doom for us all. Now
Pewien
this hobbit
hobbit.
is adrift on the road with enemies all around. I must find him before they do. And I need you to help me keep him safe.
You are my chieftain. I will gladly do whatever you command.
I'm a part of this now as well.
Then we three are of one mind. How can we aid you?
We must reduce the threat from the enemies gathered at Fornost. Travel there and do whatever you can to keep the enemy's eye turned towards you and away from the Shire.
Perhaps we will have help in this task. Eladan and Elro here were in the north when last I heard. Any gathering of the enemy is certain to attract their attention.
Good. You could find no better allies than the sons of Elrond half-elfed.
I hope we meet. But with or without help, the enemy will be kept busy. We'll make sure of that.
No dobra. To szykuje się niesamowita podróż, moi drodzy. I bardzo ciekawa historia. Swoją drogą gra już trochę ma. Kiedyś ją ogrywałem, jak jeszcze byłem dosyć dzieciakiem. Ogrywałem ją z kolegą na jego PlayStation 3 bodajże. To były czasy. Potem kupiłem na PC-ta i w sumie to nigdy chyba nie przyszedłem tej gry do końca, z tego co pamiętam. Ale dobra. Bardzo dawno w nią nie grałem. Z tyle lat, że no, ale klimat niezmiennie jest fantastyczny. I otoczka.
I have a few questions if I may, Aragorn.
Shh. Here in Bree there is no Aragorn. Only Strider the Ranger.
What of this man, Agenda?
Some servant of the Dark Lord, and by his name one to be feared. His presence in the north bodes ill for us all.
Those things that attacked us at Sand Ford. Those black...
Do you not know them? There are whispered tales and legends enough that tell of them. They are the Nine, the Ring Wraiths. Of all the servants of the enemy, they are the most...
This Agendour, he was no wraith. He seemed like a man. One filled with malice and dark power, but a man nonetheless. But what can...
Not all the Dark Lord's servants are wraiths and orcs. There have been and still are many men, warriors and kings that walk alive under the...
What can you tell me of Forno?
Fornost was once a great city, the capital of the Dunedain kingdom of Arnor. It fell to the Witch King long ago. The men of Gondor and the elves formed an... The ruins remain a place of dread for many. The men of Bree call it Dead Man's Dyke and fear to go near. It is a perfect place for our enemies to gather in secret.
No dobra.
What of this man, Agendour, who met with the Black Riders? What do you make of him?
Some servant of the Dark Lord, and by his name one to be feared. His presence in the north bodes ill for us all, but I'm glad you discovered it. At least now we...
What is it about his name that tells you...
That name is from a language few now speak, but it was once the native tongue of our ancestors.
Agendour is one of us? One of the
Not a Dunedain exactly, but in the distant past we had common ancestors. While our forebearers rejected the lies of the Dark Lord, many were enticed by his promises of power. Their descendants serve him still. They are known as the Black Numenorians, and their hatred for the Dunedain is very great.
A nie, przepraszam, on chyba jest człowiekiem, to ta magiczka jest elfką. Coś chyba się pomyliło mi. No właśnie, on jest chyba człowiekiem.
What will you do now?
I will continue the search for the hobbit I spoke of. My hope now is that he will make his way here to Bree, the only safe haven for many miles. Should the enemy at Fornost join in the hunt, well, you understand just how grim our chances will be.
We will do all we can.
A, i chciałem jeszcze zadać tam to pytanie, ale w sumie i tak raczej znamy odpowiedź na nie. Dobra, tutaj no fajne jest to, że możemy sobie questyki poboczne jakieś robić tak dalej.
You're a stranger, Ara.
What sort of question?
We hear a lot of talk from travelers these days. Most of them speak of war and of a growing shadow in the east. The townsfolk just dismiss this.
There is much to worry about.
I was afraid of that. If only I could convince others.
What do you intend to do?
I'd like to arrange for arming the town. We'll need more than pitchforks if we're forced to defend ourselves.
Mówił.
Perhaps I should talk to him.
It's worth a try. His name is Groff. He's selling his...
I will let you know what he has to...
No dobra.
That dwarven merchant Groff has a stall in the market down the street. See if you can convince him to bring weapons to Bree.
Więc ktoś jeszcze chce porozmawiać. Jest Hobbit.
What have we here? A stranger in town. A stranger's just what I'm looking for. Interested in a little hop?
What sort of past?
Why, nothing more than a simple game of riddles is all. I love a good game of riddles.
I am no stranger to the riddle.
It's simple. You stake some money and I ask you a riddle. If you give the right answer quick enough, I'll double your money. If you're wrong,
No dobra, pytaj.
Very well.
first you have to put up your money. How much do you care to wager? Remember, it's down to
Nie wiem
double
ile
it if
pieniędzy
your
mamy,
wits are
więc
quick enough.
1 sztuka srebra.
Now remember, you'll have to answer quick. I won't give you long with real money at stake. Are you ready?
Yes. Let me hear your riddle.
The more of these you take, the more you leave behind. What are they? Oh, right you are. You're a smart one. Give me a chance to
Dobra,
get back,
podwajamy
eh?
stawkę.
What do you-
Very well. Double or nothing.
At night, they come without being called. By day, they're lost without being stolen. What are they? Oh, correct. You've a cunning mind, no mistake. Go again.
No, pytaj, pytaj.
Double or nothing it is.
My life can be measured in hours. I serve by being devoured. Thin I am quick, fat I am slow, wind is my foe. What am I? No, that's not the answer. Looks like I'm the
Co?
richer. Nobody beats a free hobbit for spinning out of...
Fairly played.
All right, if you think your purse can stand it. Done. Now remember,
Yes. Let me...
the more you have of it, the less you see. What is it? That's not it.
Your halfling riddles are...
Dobra, no to już na początku straciliśmy sporo kasy. No,
Hello, Master.
ciekawie.
A ranger by all looks, I'd say. Well, all are welcome here, long as they mean no harm. Some of the locals may not take to your kind, but don't let that bother you none. Folks around...
What news have you heard lately?
Lately, the talk's mostly about trouble away to the south. Seems like there may be war or some other calamity brewing down there. Folks have been coming up the green...
Are they settling here in the Bree?
Well, no. It's not that we aren't sympathetic to their troubles. It's just that Bree belongs to Bree folk.
I may have need of...
Well, we have stores and shops here in town, but I suspect most of them wouldn't suit your needs. If it's repairs you need, try Elman Brushwood, our blacksmith. He's...
What can you tell me of...
Oh, Bree is an old place. Been here for ages and ages. This is the only place...
Dobra.
Tell me about your inn.
The Prancing Pony's been in my family for generations.
Wszystko już powiedzieliśmy sobie. A dostosuj wygląd. Dobra, takie coś mniej więcej, zaakceptuj. Ty kim jesteś, ziomeczku?
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Got my head in the clouds.
Gloomy clouds, I'd say.
Oh no, it's no trouble.
I see.
It's Idona Bellflower, my childhood sweetheart. I always thought we were meant for each other, but her father doesn't like my prospects.
And she agrees with it?
That's just it. I'm not sure. I always told her how much I loved her when we were children. It was all a game back then. Then we got older and we got...
You should tell her how you feel.
I want to tell her. I do. Look, this locket belonged to my mother. I want to give it to Idona as a token of my love. But the chain is broken.
Why not let me take it to him?
No właśnie.
Yes, that might work. Elman would never suspect a stranger like you. There's one more thing. Idona's father.
I will take her the locket.
Wonderful! Just perfect. Take the locket to Elman at the smithy across the street. Once it's repaired, bring it to...
Very well.
And just one more thing. After you talk to her, could you come back and tell me what she said?
Wrócę z odpowiedzią, mordeczko. Nie ma sprawy, tutaj więcej nic nie ma, dobra. Tak więc sporo, jak widać, do roboty jest w Bree. No nie ufają, nie ufają. Oj, Arielko. Blokowałaś mi trochę drogę. Jakieś konie. Ekwipunek, tak, tak, tak. Tu są przedmioty, umiejętności, dziennik, statystyki. No dobra. Zbadajmy, co tutaj w Bri dalej takiego mamy. Tu jest kowal.
Hello there. Ranger, are you? Let me guess.
You recognize me as a ranger, do you?
No, no, not really. You're kind of usually tight-lipped, like to keep your secrets and all. But I have dealt with a fellow named Ador now and again.
I have a locket with a broken...
Let's see it. Looks like something might have been made in these parts. Maybe back in me old dad's day. Wouldn't expect one of your kind.
You are correct. It is Bree work.
I see. Well, it couldn't be simpler. I'll just add another link.
No dobra, zapłaćmy.
There you are.
I thank you.
Nie wiem, czy dobrze było, że powiedzieliśmy, że od przyjaciela to jest, no ale chyba kowal nie będzie nic podejrzewał, prawda? Tu jest kolejny hobbit.
Welcome. It's always good to see a ranger in my shop.
I never thought to...
Oh, I'll not deny there's folk in town who would prefer that rangers stayed away. But for my part, I'm happy to see them.
Have you heard any news?
Plenty, but none of it good. Seems there's trouble away south. People are on the road.
I am afraid it will get...
Save me. But you make it sound bad. Personally, I prefer...
Your peace is maintained by the sweat and blood of others.
Oh, now you're exaggerating. We here in Bree don't bother anyone.
No pokaż, co masz. No, takie uzbrojenie, dobra, dobra, tu... Nie, nic nie kupujemy od ciebie, hobbicie, ale warto zawsze sobie pogadać z kimś. Okej. Tu są jacyś ludzie. Południowiec.
Strong man, Bramble. Sounds good, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to hurt.
You think they care about you? I say take what you... Well, what do you want?
What was that you said?
Well, it's just that this fellow and his friends are offering me a chance to...
Członkiem ich gangu.
Shut your mouth, Harley Bramble. You don't have...
Who are you to call another...
And what if I don't?
O!
You filthy dog. Have it your way for now. But I am frightened.
What about you? Do you want to make trouble as well?
Me? No, I don't. I don't even know him, really. He's a stranger here. Just come up from the south a week or two ago.
You should stay clear of men like
Dziwni ludzie.
What did he...
Well, I'm not really sure. He said there'd be changes round.
Może będzie chciał
and those smart...
He would use you and put a knife in your
zaatakować
back.
Bree.
Stay clear of men like that.
Aye, you're right. Folks here may not treat me the way I like all the time, but it's still my town.
Be sure you do not.
Będziemy mieć na Harley'a
I'm not doing anything
oko.
wrong. Honest, I'm not.
Dobra, tu jest krasnolud.
Well now, if you don't mind my saying so, you don't look...
I have a favor to ask him.
A favor?
I would like you to bring...
You're pulling my beard. Weapons for these folk? They wouldn't know which end of the sword to hang on.
They may have had no need of weapons in the past.
I'll not deny times are growing dark. There's trouble all around. But you'll never get the...
Not everyone is blind to the growing threat.
It'll take more than a few sensible folk to make it worth my time. These...
No krasnoludzie, warto byłoby pomyśleć trochę o nich.
You're right, of course. Maybe it's not such a bad idea after all.
Excellent.
Sometime, I'm afraid. It's a long trek to the Blue Mountains and back. Not to mention I'll have to convince my kin I've not lost my mind.
3 miesiące, uuu.
3 months.
What can you tell me about the Blue Mountains and your people?
The Blue Mountains are prosperous enough, although we find more iron than gold.
I will let them know when to expect.
Bezpiecznej drogi, ziomeczku. A tu nikogo nie ma i jest tylko tutaj ta pani.
Hello, is there something I can do for you?
I am told you are pledged to the...
What? Is my betrothal a
I have a message which I can't...
This is all very mysterious, but if you must know, Elmwood Brushwood...
You have not answered.
Everyone says that in time we will grow to love one another.
If that is the case, I have...
A gift? From Rowley? But I thought that is...
This locket.
Oh, it's...
He also wished me to convey...
Rowley loves me? Still?
He seems quite sincere.
But this is wonderful news. Wonderful. Rowley...
Oczekuję
He is
odpowiedzi.
awaiting an answer from you.
Oh, please tell him I love him and that we will find
To
a way to be
super,
together.
świetna wiadomość.
Welcome message, I'm sure.
To żegnaj wtedy, droga madam. My się wrócimy więc do... karczmy jakby do tej gospody i powiadomimy. Więc jak widać jeszcze do starcia nie doszło. Ledwo co się zaznajomiliśmy z groma, ale już wykonujemy dość sporo questów pobocznych.
Did you speak to Idona?
It seems you have won her.
Wonderful, wonderful! I can't thank you enough, my friend. But wait, hang on.
Dobra, bierzemy pieniądze, zawsze się przydadzą.
Edmund must have charged you something for that repair.
Z jej strony trochę szkoda gościa, ale
For your trouble.
Thank you.
wiecie, jako strażnicy musimy się z czegoś też utrzymać, prawda? Nie ten, ktoś tu chciał. O, on chciał chyba, tak?
Did you speak with Groff? What did...
I managed to convince him.
Excellent. My only concern now is the time it will take. What if we need to defend the town before the...
How so?
I can tell by your gear that you are no stranger to a fight. If you should have occasion to, well, let's say, recover any weapons...
You will pay me.
I'm not a wealthy man, but I will give you...
I will bear that in mind.
Dobra. Warto pamiętać to na pewno. Dobra, zrobiliśmy w Bri już dość sporo, więc czas nareszcie wyjść stąd i zająć się trochę fabułką, więc dość ciekawie, prawda? Już tak na starcie takie rzeczy, sporo gadanki. I zobaczcie, no mapa też jest naprawdę fajna. My byliśmy w Bri i tutaj możemy sobie do Fornos udać. A, i gramy na poziomie normalnym, na wyższym w ogóle się nie dało, bo trzeba odblokować wyższe poziomy, co ciekawe, ale dobra. Jest i Fornos.
These ruins could hide a large army. We might even now be under the gaze of unfriendly eyes.
Dokładnie.
Well, we came to provide a distraction for Aragorn, and what better way to do that than walking in the front door? Let's be about it.
Foul creatures!
Są i oni. Wow! Atakują mnie. Ale byście pomogli mi w zwarciu, co? Dobra. Coś tam się pamięta. Tutaj mamy łuk. Trochę obrażeń już przyjęliśmy. O! Dobra, te cięższe ataki są za ciężkie. Co? Warto lutować przeciwników, bo mogą mieć coś ciekawego. O! Jak takie coś się pokazuje nad nimi, to można wtedy im ładnie dać w dupę mocniejszym atakiem, czyli atakiem ciężkim. Taki ciężki, że nie rozwalił skrzynki, które ją rozwalił lekki atak. Dobra, przechodzimy dalej. Sporo tych orków. No to teraz naprawdę krwawa jadka się szykuje nam. pyk, pyk, pyk i pyk. O, Farin, Kona. Orety. Tu jest skrzynka, bierzemy wszystko, rzecz jasna. Dobra, Andriel udzieliła mu pomocy. O, tu są jakieś ślady. Co to jest? Coś mamy. O. Wszystko się przyda na pewno. Od razu wyposażamy się w dalszą część tej uzbrojenia. Aha, bo to jest długie ostrze, miecz dwuręczny. No tak, bo są te... Możemy mieć albo dwie broni na raz, albo jedną. Tak jak teraz zresztą mamy. O, awansowaliśmy na kolejny poziom. To fajnie, to fajnie. I co my tu możemy zrobić? Możemy... Będziemy sobie, myślę, że w siłę trochę. Zresztą widzę, że duże boosty ma do tego. Dobra, to się przyda. No i tutaj sobie zboostujemy troszeczkę, prawda? Zboostujemy sobie też wytrzymałość. Na dystans jesteśmy dość mocni. Kolejni orkowie. Dawaj go! Strażniku. No ładne, ładne animacje są, mimo że gierka ma dość sporo lat, to nie jest najnowsza produkcja, no to jest fajne. I zawsze fajnie zagrać w jakąś grę z uniwersum Władcy Pierścienia. Wiem, że jest ta Gollum, oglądałem kilka odcinków z niej na YouTubie oraz jej recenzję czytałem, nawet myślałem, czy jej nie kupić, ale po tym, co czytałem, to ponoć taka tragedia, że no, ale nie wyglądała aż tak tragicznie, niby w teorii, jak się ją oglądało, ale mimo wszystko, no, to nie była produkcja za tyle, za ile ona jest tam na Steamie jednak wystawiona, prawda? To jest... Grafika nawet nie była zbyt dobra w tej grze, a to jest gra bardzo nowa. Też jest Elden Rings, coś takiego, ale jej za bardzo nie miałem okazji oglądać jakoś. Poza tym, szczerze, nawet nie wiedziałem, kiedy ona wyszła. To jest w ogóle ciekawe. Dopiero jakiś czas temu się dowiedziałem, że taka gra istnieje. Ale bardzo dobre recenzje ma, więc kiedyś myślę, że będzie trzeba w nią zagrać. O, ci też awansują na wyższe poziomy. No i tutaj brama się otworzyła. To idziemy dalej. Oj! No i ruiny się sypią. Jakieś katakumby, coś w tym stylu. Słyszę wrogów. Jest sporo takich gorszych orków. Goblinów. Wymagany wyższy poziom. No dobra. No widzę, że gobliny to naprawdę są słabsze. Arielce pomogę. Co ty mnie tu atakujesz, śmierdzący goblinie? No! Śmierdzielu. O! To jest spoczko umiejętność, to pamiętam. To leczy, co nie? I tworzy takie pole. Dobra. Będziemy sobie co jakiś czas zmieniać te postacie, wiadomo. Każda ma specjalne swoje jakby takie cechy, które się bardzo przydają podczas gry. Na przykład tutaj nasz strażnik, którym teraz gramy, jest zdecydowanie lepszy w walce na dystans i w skradaniu się na przykład. Takie wnioski też myślę, że nie jest nikomu trudno wyciągnąć. Ha. Dobra, dobra. Szybko temu dziadowi pierdzielę. Wracamy tutaj. Oni są tam, czyli tamtymi schodami. Dopiero do nich dojdę. No to co? Idziemy w takim razie. Jeszcze tutaj goblinki po drodze. Cały czas ten ostrzał prowadzą. Dobra, my jeszcze nie użyliśmy nawet swojej specjalnej zdolności, ale spokojnie. Póki co takiej potrzeby nie ma. O, zobaczcie. I nas nie widzą, dopóki nie zaatakujemy ich. To też pozwala nam podejść do przeciwnika odpowiedniego, zwłaszcza jak jesteśmy zagrożeni ze strony wielu mocnych wrogów. Jakie tutaj łupy ciekawe. Dobra, cóż my tu mamy? Cóż my tu mamy? Gdzie tu iść trzeba? Tu nic nie ma, tu jest, dobra. A sobie ją doekspimy. Dobra, zachować zmiany i możemy tutaj jeszcze skradanie z przeciwnika potężny atak ze zaskoczenia. To może się przydać. Ładnie, jaki stwór może wydawać takie dźwięki. Dobra, my tutaj jeszcze wyposażmy się w lepszy ten armor i moi drodzy, widzimy się w kolejnym odcinku. Z tej strony był Polski Gracz. Trzymajcie się. Cześć. Cześć.